Respected brothers and sisters, this is Advocate P. Devmorari talking to you from Ahmedabad city, Gujarat state, India, that is Bharat. Normally, I produce videos on legal points, on law, and on religious topics. Today, I've selected a new topic on general things to develop our mutual personality. And some knowledge is, additional knowledge is required for development of our personality. Now, everybody is trying for power. Everybody wants to be powerful. Nobody wants to be powerless. I've read a number of biographies, and some books, and even from personal experience, I've decided to produce series of videos on power. Now, the topic is a game of power. The most powerful person is the one who listens, thinks, and observes. Leaders are not born but made. Even some charismatic leaders are born, and some charismatic leaders can be made. Of course, there can be some exception for charismatic leaders, but exception proves the rule. So nobody is a born leader. Leaders can be made. Power is a game of perception, hence it is to be used wisely. Learning the game of power requires a certain way of looking at the world, a shifting of perspective. It takes efforts, a lot of efforts, and years of practice for much of the game may not come naturally. One has to be trained for that. Certain basic skills are required. Once you master these basic skills, you'll be able to play the game of power. In short, you must master some skills. Now the question arises, which are the important skills required to play the game of power? Here is the answer. There are certain points which I'll be discussing before you for the benefits of all. Number one, the most important of these skills and powers, crucial foundation is the ability to master your emotions. One must control his emotions. Don't get emotional and upset. You must have power to control your mind and emotions. You require to maintain emotional stability. Emotions cloud reason, and if you cannot see the situation clearly, you cannot prepare for and respond to it with any degree of control. Mastering yourself is a true power. Anger is the most destructive of emotional responses because it clouds your vision the most. And a leader must be visionary. A leader must have mission and vision. You are trying to destroy your enemy, will hurt you or insult you, for better to keep him off guard by feigning friendliness than showing your anger. You should start examining your past mistakes that, that have most grievously held you back and learn a lesson from your own mistakes and take an oath that I will never repeat such mistakes or blunder. Patience. Number three is patience. Like mastering your emotions, patience is also a skill. It does not come naturally, but nothing about power is natural. Power is more godlike than anything in the natural world. And patience is the supreme virtue of the gods who have nothing but time. Everything good will happen. On the other hand, impatience makes you look weak. It is principal impediment to power. Don't be impatient. Have patience and power of focus. Focus on yourself, not on others. Focus of self mastery. That is, first one is wisdom, courage to face adversity and our own flaws, our own mistakes, not just physical strength. And third one is temperance. It is a practice of self control. Now, fourth one is to play with appearances. Power requires the ability to play with appearances. To this end, you must learn to wear many masks and keep your back full of deceptive tricks. Deception is a developed art of civilization and the most patent weapon in the game of power. In short, deception is the most potent weapon in the game of power. Playing with appearances and mastering arts of deception are among the aesthetic pleasures of life. They are also key components in the acquisition of power. If deception is the most patent weapon in your arsenal, then patience in all things is your crucial asset. अगर डिसिप्लिन तलवार है तो पेशेंस उसके ढाल है शील्ड so have both. Patience will protect you from making macronic blunders. Now, fifth one is strategy. That is, lose battle but win war. Power is a social game. War is related to society. Study deeply social circumstances. Don't detach from reality. You have to face the reality. To learn and master it, you must develop the ability to study and understand people. You should know the pulses of the people. To be a master player, you must also be a master of psychologists. Psychology means study of human behavior. It is a science of human behavior. Look deeply in the eyes of your enemy. Don't respect your formula. Don't repeat your formula again and again. Once you add up some strategy in one war or in one battle, then don't repeat the same thing in the next battle or war because your enemy will be knowing it. So you'll be defeated. Never do it again. If you use the same formula again, you will be defeated. Your strategy must be related to the reality. Walk on the earth, don't fly. Plan must have looseness to apply it in any direction. Be a puzzle and complex for your opponents. Let's not be like an open book. We are not open book. Let him be puzzle. Seek to know what others knows. No one knows. Seek to know what no one knows. This is very important. Now, sixth one, love and affection. Love and affections are also potently destructive. They blind you to the open serving, self serving interests of those whom you least support or playing a power game. You cannot repress anger or love or avoid feeling them. And you should not try, but you should be careful about how you express them. And most importantly, they should never influence your plans and strategies anyway. Blind love for your own children. The greatest example of Mahabharata is Dhritarashtra's love for Duryodhana. And all of us know what happened in the end. Now, you should be alert of all the time. Related to mastering your emotion is the ability to distance yourself from the present moment and think objectively about the past and future. You must be able to look in both directions at once. The better to handle danger from wherever it comes. Such is the face you must create for yourself. One face looking continuously to the future and the other to the past. For the future, the motto is be always alert. Nothing should catch you by surprise because you're certainly imagining problems before they arise. You should always think about future problems. Then you will not be caught unaware. Instead of spending your time dreaming your plans happy ending, you must work on calculating every possible permutation and pitfalls that might emerge in it. The further you see, the more steps ahead you plan, the more powerful you become. Your plan must be ahead of your enemies, ahead of the time. Number 8, follow the results. To see circumstances, power is essential moral, and one of the most important skill to acquire is the ability to see the circumstances rather than good or evil. Don't just study that circumstances are good or bad. You should study the circumstances. Power is a game. This cannot be repeated too often. And in games, you do not judge your opponents by their intentions, but by the effect of their actions. You measure their strategy and their power by what you can see and feel. Train your eyes to follow the results of their moves, the outward circumstances, and did not be distracted by anything else. I shall never fall into such trap again. If you can evaluate and observe yourself in this way, you can learn to break the patterns of the past. And this is an immensely a valuable skill. Number 9, never trust anybody. Don't trust anybody blindly. Always be alert. People are of definite complexity, and you can spend a lot of time watching them without ever fully understanding them. So it is all the more important than to begin your education now. In doing so, you must also keep one principle in mind. Never discriminate as to what you study and whom you trust. Never trust anyone completely and study everyone, including even your friends, relatives, and dear ones. Always be alert. Number 10, don't waste time. Time is valuable. Time is money. Life is short, opportunities are few, and you have only so much energy to draw on. And in this sense, time is as important a consideration as any other. Never waste valuable time or mental peace of mind on the affairs of others. That is too high a price to pay. Half of your mastery of power comes from what you do not do, what you do not allow yourself to get dragged into. For this skill, you must learn to judge all the things by what they cost you. Cost is also very important. Your strategy must be cheap for you and costly for your opponents. That is the purpose. The value of a thing sometimes lies not in what one attains with it, but in what one pays for it, what it costs to you. That is important. Perhaps you will attain your goal and worthy goal at that, but at what price? If you are paying price heavily, then it is not proper strategy. Apply this standard to everything. Number 11. Finally, you must learn always to take the indirect route to power. By training yourself to be indirect, you can thrive in the modern court, appearing the paragon of decency while being the consummate manipulator. Remember, you cannot please everybody. So don't waste your time for pleasing all the people. You are not there to please everybody. Never do it. You must learn how not to be good and use that knowledge as necessity requires. Sometimes you cannot be kind even if you want to rule. This is my first video of this kind designed to educate people. I'll produce more videos for this interesting subject that is a game of power. Hope you have learned something from this video and have a beautiful night and day. See you in the next video. Thank you very much for patient hearing. If you are new to our video, please subscribe it, like it, and share it. If you are not new, then like it and share it. Thank you. Thank you.